Good morning, friends. Stephen and Yana Benoon here on Israeli News Live, and we've got what we consider a wonderful special guest today, Steve Merritt. He and his wife Gina have been doing LifeWave now for I think about 2 years, if not just a touch over that, and they have really been an inspiration in this entire product that we represent here. And I wanted to bring Steve on today to share with you more about the business side of this because this man knows the process better than anybody. And if you're out there, you've been in direct sales before, and you really want to know the truth about this company, this is the man to tell you. Thank you, Steve, so much for joining us today.
Hey, I'm so excited to be on with you guys today, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with your audience what I believe is the best kept secret. The biggest opportunity of my life could be theirs if they are praying and looking and researching like my wife and I. For over a year, we were praying for a product, something that we could promote, and an owner that had a Christian values, that was, incredible gentleman that, you never know when you first meet somebody and get started with somebody who they are. But now that you guys got to know us, we've got to know you. I'm confident that we've got a huge blessing for anyone that's listening to take advantage of.
Thank you so much, Steve. And I would say as well, you can't get a man closer to David Schmidt than Steve and Gina Merritt as well. These guys like best friends, and from what we've seen and witnessed in public with them, it's just really an amazing opportunity to be able to get to someone that's so close to the inventor of this product. And we do know Steve, from what we have discovered, I mean, we've got 5 doctors that have already come in on this program as well. And some of those have been doing blood tests, they've been following it scientifically with their patients and stuff, and they are even blown away. Even a neurobiologist that studied photobiomodulation therapy said there's nothing better than what David Schmidt has developed. So with that, I'd like for you to share your background, a little bit about what it's done for you and your wife, your family members as well. And let's get into the nitty gritty about how this can really bless people financially if they want to take it seriously. It's got a frozen spot there. We'll give it 1 second here. We got a freeze in the system. We can see ourselves, but Steve popped off. Here we go. There we go. It froze up for a second. So, but your audio is off. You're on mute, Steve.
Stephen, I'm glad that you brought that up as far as the doctors doing this research on the product, the X39, because when you are looking for an opportunity, now I was listening to David Schmidt and all his research, but when you mention all these other doctors that are friends of yours or have become friends of yours, same thing has happened to me, that they've done their own research. So now we've got third party type research of very credible doctors saying, we're doing blood work, we're doing urinalysis, we're doing electrolysis testing, and we're seeing results in a major way from people that are wearing this new technology that nobody knows about. So when you have that and you're like a person praying and researching for opportunity, you need to wake up to something that you're hearing when you're seeing this. And I think this about people in their careers. When you're going through school, I think it's very difficult, as a matter of fact, for somebody in high school to decide what they want to do for the rest of their life. And usually that's when they're making their decision what they're going to do, but end up not wanting to do that, or they're stuck in a rut for the rest of their life because they're in that one career path that they picked and they did all the schooling for it. They know how much work it would be to change the career. So, but think about it. Almost any entrepreneur that has come across a business or a occupation or profession, they fell into it. They didn't like shoes, and this is exactly the company that I'm going to work with. Or maybe I went to school to have this career, but I'm working in this job here. But because I had the education, I was qualified here, but I didn't know that that's where I was going to be working for the rest of my life. So I want everyone on your call to be open to the possibilities of this technology that you're saying that these doctors are saying, oh my gosh, are blown away by the results we're seeing. The way this business is put together is it's built like a franchise. So you would get yourself started on the X39. You pick how many.
Guys, I'll be joining up here. We're going to let this run here for about 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer while people are joining in. And this is the interview that Jan and I did with Steve Merritt.
A sleeve is a 30-day supply. You pick how many sleeves you want. I have never seen, and then you're going to build it very similar to a franchise where there's a system that's free that teaches you how to build the business and you win and succeed, and you could take it to wherever you want. Now, what's interesting is if you understand franchising, somebody that you talk to and get started, they might see it bigger than you. Like, for instance, in my upline of people that are building is a chimney sweep. Well, he is being so blessed. He thanks me every week by the volume that is coming through his business. And he had no idea that I was looking and praying and getting in the business. I didn't even get personally sponsored by him. But because I'm one of the franchisees in his business, he's benefiting by the explosion of the #1 couple in the entire company. And we did it in we actually hit that in less than a year. We were the #1 fastest growing couple. Now we've been in for 30 months. And, but the point is he's being blessed. So you can't even stop what could happen to this business for you. And every one of us, okay, my mom is in a facility, because she wants to be in a place where they're taking care of her, but they just upped it like $3,000 a month. Like, we don't know how much money we're all going to need. You want to put that bearing on your kids. I'm just trying to get everyone to think a little bit about,
Right.
There's ways that we need income, whether we like it or not. You've got kids, you've got grandkids like me, 7 of them. Don't you want to offer them the best opportunity in life? And if you don't have the income, you're hindered. So, and did any of us ever think that the economy was going to be this expensive at this point of our life? I mean, probably the cost of living has gone up 3 to 4 times since the pandemic. I mean, think about it. So none of us thought, and who knows where it could go. We hope it goes the other way, but none of us know. So this is something that's very unique, and it's what I love about it is you do it part-time. So say you were one of those people, like I said, that is in a career that maybe you started when you were in high school and you've gone through college. Now you're sitting there saying, is this really what God called me to do? Okay. I want to be around people. I want to bless people. Let me tell you something. I have never seen an occupation that you can bless more people than what I'm talking about today. Now, I'm not going to give you all the nitty and gritty today, how to build it and how to win. I'm giving you the possibilities of what can happen to you. I never got an education. I became a world champion athlete, a skier, skied on the U.S. ski team for 10 years. But because I didn't go down that route, think about this, in the 80s and in the 90s, it wasn't like it is today where people don't look at you to see what's your education. In the 80s and the 90s, remember, Stephen, it's all about, do you have an education?
That's
so
right.
I had to fight for, because once you become a world champion, you retire, and you're making all kind of money as a pro athlete. Now you're retired. Guess what? The mortgage person that owns your mortgage for your house, they don't care if you're a world champion. They want their money. You know what I'm saying? So I had to find another career, became a sales rep for a company. I even had to, you were supposed to have a college education, but because I said to them and sold myself to them, they gave me a try and I became, successful there. But still, you have to be a fighter if you didn't have an education back then. So that was my background. Maybe somebody is like that now, but now they don't look at you quite as much that way. But you could be stuck in a place where you don't want to be. But I love the fact you could only build this part-time. So whatever career you're in, it wasn't like me and Steven started a restaurant. We'd have to quit what we're doing and we're married to that restaurant. And boy, are we married to it. And that could be pretty much any business you do. Here, you only could build this part-time. So, do you have 1 hour a week? Do you have 2 hours a week? Can we build that up? If somebody says to me, Steve, I don't have any time, I would say, would you like some more time? Because if they're, how some people, Steven, are, hey, I'm very successful and I don't have any time and that's my go-to, that's my mojo. So they don't want more time with their family. But most people do want to spend more time with their kids, their grandkids, their spouse, have a little more of an adventurous life. If that's you, then you need to take this serious, because you don't need to have a lot of time. You start talking to people, they get plugged into a training system. If you help us a little bit, it can go faster. But even if you don't, you can find somebody like you guys, like us, like the people, all the leaders that we have on our team that can go and build it, whether you do it or not, because there's a training system. So now all of a sudden, as you put in one person, two person, three people, they all have a couple hours a week. Now you have 10 hours a week. Well, what if everyone keeps doing it? Soon you have 20 hours a week going into your LifeWave business. You're still building your career as an attorney or a doctor or whatever your profession is. You know, nowadays, even if you're a manager, I always said to myself, I'll never be a manager, because I watched my dad, he was a manager, and they worked long hours. At least back in the day when my dad was a manager, they had like holidays off and stuff. Now they don't even have that off. You know, so when you say you're busy, you might not be a professional, you might be a manager. That profession, you are very busy. But if you'd like to work your way out, I have never seen a way that you could work part-time to create freedom. And then what's exciting, and I'll throw it back at you, but what's exciting is that the freedom of when you're full-time in your LifeWave business, you're still part-time. Well, I love this, because now you can really start. So what have you, from my experience, my friends who've got in started with me and they've taken it serious have, slowly, not some of them quickly, but all different. We've only been in for 31 months, and I can't even tell you, there's at least 70 people that have hit the highest rank already, and you could look at what the pay is. It's far greater than pretty much any career anyone could have. So, but the point is that now you're at part-time, you could really start doing some of the things that you and your wife, you and your family, you as a person always wanted to do, whether it be giving, tithing, giving more to organizations, whether it be enjoying life more. I mean, I love the fact too that this isn't like some kind of an occupation where you're running a jackhammer or you're up on a roof putting in shingles. You're not doing something physical that you can't do the rest of your life. This is something that all of us can talk to people about their health and their wealth anywhere you go, and then you just look them in the eye. Do they want to have better health, or do they want to make some more money? Then we talk to them. But if they don't, we just move on. It's not like a difficult career or a strenuous or a physical career.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, one thing I want to mention, and this is definitely technology of the future. So what we have in our hands is something extremely special, and we can be only thankful to David Schmidt that he has released it to the common people and anyone. And he comes with his philosophy. As we know, David Schmidt, he loves God, he loves technology, and he gave it to the common folks. And he wants to improve their health and their financial health as well. And Steve, what I like about what you said is that you're calling it a franchise. And I'm going to say something here, something really sensitive, but some misinformed people will say, the negative and misinformed people will say that this is a pyramid scheme. So I would like for you to address that fear. So that way they have no fear, because when you explain it is a franchise, that's exactly what it is. So go ahead.
Well, again, franchise, interesting is that normally when you think franchise, I always was intrigued by franchises. I was in the water ski industry, but not everybody wants to water ski. So I always thought I need to find something that everybody needs. Well, this is a product that everybody needs, because not everybody wants to learn to water ski. So this is something that everybody needs. And I was always intrigued by a franchise because they tell you what to do, but it costs so much to get started. And then when you buy one, you own one franchise. You're not the owner of the franchise. So what I love about here is that you get to create people that are in their own business, just like the chimney
Almost fixing to start, guys, about 1 minute.
sweep helped me. Anywhere in the world that we're open and nobody knows about it. So that means you can build your franchise anywhere you want around the world, and you can't stop them from building. So whether you can build or not, say God forbid something happened to you, but income just keeps coming in. Normally that's not going to happen in a career or a job. But everyone in your franchise has the ability, just like Gene and I passed everybody up of 20 years in LifeWave, we passed everybody up. You can't do that with a pyramid scheme. A pyramid, the guy on the top or the gal on the top always makes the most money. So this is totally different. It's not a pyramid. Because now sometimes somebody might say to me, I don't want to do a pyramid. All they're doing is they're pushing away because they don't know the answer. They don't know what's really happening, or they maybe are just looking for an excuse. So you have to be a little bit of a psychiatry. You got to use use your psychiatry type mindset to see what is this person really thinking, or what are they acting. Do I really need to put a lot of energy into this? Explain.
Right. Here we go, guys. All right. Glad to see everybody has made it. And I do believe we got a few folks in here that I've not seen before. So I don't know if you're here because somebody's invited you here, or if you saw the video that we posted online just a little bit ago and you're wanting to know more about LifeWave and stuff. And so we welcome you as well. And if you do have any questions, you can certainly ask at any time. If you're able to raise the hand there just so we can catch that and do it that way, great. If not, just unmute your mic and just let us know you got a question you would like to ask about it. Because, we are, one second here. I'm looking at something different over there. Apologize about that. Gloria, go ahead. You have to unmute yourself, Gloria.
I'm just new. I'm finally got here. It's taken me a while to get here, and I am a partner. And I just wanted to kind of listen in. I don't have a question right now, but I may have one in a little bit.
Sure, not a problem at all. And Gloria, how long have you been doing this now?
Since August.
Since August. Have you had any positive results as well as a result?
I have. I no longer have fibromyalgia, and all my blood test is excellent. I don't take any medication at all. And I'm just so excited about it. And I've been trying to share with other people. I don't know a lot about it. I'm a little bit older and I do forget. So I can watch a video over and over again and still forget all the details of it. But other than that, I've been basically directing people to my website, and it's been really good.
Very good, very good. And by the way, if you're a little bit of memory issues there, you might want to try that carnosine patch. You don't wear it every day, so if you buy it, it would last a couple of months, maybe even 3 months. Just wear it 2 to 3 days a week there, not back to back, and that helps take out the aluminum in the brain. And that's generally what helps make the memory work a lot better.
Well, that's great that you said that, because now I do have a question. I do have a lot of information, because at night, my body is just burning. I mean, constantly. It just happens at night though. It don't, like, not during the day. And I really feel like I had a major car wreck in 2002, and I just feel like that there's a lot of information still in my body. So I was wanting to know what patch would be good to get for that.
Aeon, AEON, and I go through some of that myself. And one thing that'll really help that a lot of people are not aware of, and that is when you wear Aeon and lower the inflammation in the body, one of the things that they have learned in case studies on stem cells is stem cells are not as effective unless inflammation is controlled in the body. So by lowering the inflammation, then stem cells can do a better job repairing damaged tissue. And I found I like Aeon better than I do the pain patch. In fact, like for example, sometimes like today I was out splitting wood, and that tends to aggravate the muscles in my back at 60 because you're just using a lot of muscles you don't use every day. So I'll take and put 3 of them on. I'll put it up there near the neck, about the midways, and on the lower back. And then I'm like brand new again once I do that.
I do have another question too about the X149.
Sure.
If I would be taking both of them, would I have to get these other patches, or could I just take both of them and it would take care of most of the stuff that's been going on with me?
Now take run that by me one more time so I understand the patch you said.
Okay, the X one third, is it 149 or just 49?
49, 49. All right,
Okay,
X40, every patch has a different thing that it does, stimulates a different thing. If it's financial, what I would do, it depends on what you're wearing X49 for, but you could put X49 on hold a little bit. And my wife's on here with us too here. So she might want to chime in on that issue there. But, if you need to put one patch on hold, I'd put X49 on hold and give it like 1 month while you order the other, like you order Eon and maybe Carnosine there. And then once you get those in, those will last you, like I said, a couple of months, and then you could pick X49 back up a month later or so.
okay, sounds great.
You got it. So, Yana, you got something you want to add to that, or should we go next to Janice?
Well, maybe the thing to add would be that Eon is like almost, I want to say, a must-have patch for the X39 patch. Of course, it depends on finances, how people can afford this, but it's not that expensive, by the way, the Eon patch. But Eon patch is like complete complement to X39, and they kind of strengthen each other. Of course, X39 is enough. Like when you have no money and you can only choose one patch, I would choose X39 because it's a stem cell patch. But if you can afford to add Eon to it, you are almost like speeding up the process because Eon will lower inflammation, and that's what the body needs. It needs lower inflammation so stem cells can be activated.
Okay.
So that's why Eon is so important. And actually, a lot of people who did not see benefits just by X39 very quickly, when they added Eon, the benefits started coming in quite quickly.
Okay, thank you.
You're very
You're
welcome,
welcome.
Gloria. Janice, what can we help you with, sister?
I got two comments. One, I watched the interview with Deborah Tavares. And do you know about Dane Wigington?
I've heard that name. I do not recall why I've heard that name.
He's in geoengineeringwatch.org is his website, and he is really into the chemtrail stuff. And he did a documentary called The Dimming, and so
All right,
you
well,
want to check him out.
just if you would send me a link, put one in the description for me so I can look at it, Janice.
Okay, I can
What
do
was
that.
the other comment?
Were you on the Vision conference at all yesterday?
I wished I was.
They had one woman come on and she's got a 10-day challenge on teaching us how to do social media.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
That's good.
it starts tomorrow night. It'll be 7 o'clock our time. You got to register for it.
Can you put a link in there for us? So
I'll type that in because it's kind of long. So, yep.
Perfect,
So,
perfect. Thank you, Janice.
yeah. And Yana, you had talked about doing a TikTok
Mhm.
account, and I
Mhm.
don't have any idea how to do that.
That's my son. He needs to. I don't do it because we are so busy with Steve as is. But yes, the TikTok
I
seems to
got
be
one. I
very.
still don't know how to sign into it.
Yeah, my son is the one who, I'm gonna try to have my son make a video how to do this for our people
Okay.
because
We could put
TikTok
it
seems to
on,
be.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Yanka, but we could put it on the Benoon X39, which by the way, too, they did take down our last Zoom meeting video we did.
Why?
We violated YouTube policy. I think I know why. I was listening to the video again. I'm going to load up part of it because I don't want to lose Kim's testimony that's on there. But what happened is that there's certain words that were mentioned going back to something happened a few years ago during that,
Oh,
just for the
no.
treatments and things.
Yeah.
They were very innocent. I mean, John Moore's got more experience on why they throw you off of YouTube than anybody.
That is crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, they are just so controlled. I mean, it's not via you as me, but as a humanity.
Yeah, that's
It's
terrible
unreal.
because it was nothing bad. And in fact, it was actually I think it was Mike he was just, and he's just said some simple things that shouldn't have been an issue, but yeah,
Yeah.
they
You can't
believe
mention
it.
these things. You can't
Yeah,
mention here what
nothing.
happened 4 years ago. You can't
Yeah,
mention.
not at all.
Okay. I will. Okay. So TikTok, yes, there is people who got really good experience with TikTok accounts when they speak right to the point in a short, short, right to the point about benefits of X39, and they put a link underneath. I think some person picked up like 300 people.
Yeah, they did. You're right. And by the way, I got some feedback from the interview Yana and I did with Steve Merritt.
Okay.
And I know, John, it's a little lengthy of an interview. We're doing another one here this week with Todd and Shannon. And then next week we'll be doing it with Jason and Ty,
Okay,
his
sounds
wife.
good.
And then the week after
Yeah.
we're doing it with Andy and his wife. But uh, it was really, really powerful information. Yana got Steve Merritt, which for those of you that don't know who Steve Merritt is, Steve Merritt he's the top in the company, period. He wasn't the first. He's only been in the company's 20 years old, but he's only been in the company for he says in there, but it's just a little over 2 years. I think 2 years and 1 month.
Yeah.
His and his wife are at the top. They're also the head of our team. So our website, this is at info.com, is created by him and his wife, so that we have it so we can share with people. It's not anything people can buy product from, but you're able to share that. So it's really nice what they've done. They do a lot of work for us to make life a little bit easier. But that video, I retitled it today, changed the picture on there to try to get more people to see it. It's just really good. Yana asked some of the really brilliant questions about not franchise, but about pyramid
Pyramid scheme.
schemes, and he really answers it. And it's a side of Steve Merritt that I've never seen before. Normally, I just see Steve Merritt fired up, looking like a bolt of lightning, and but in this one here, he's right down to earth. He's very business minded, very much wanting to help people, and he's always there to help people. So I think it's really worth taking the time to listen to, even if it takes you a couple of times until you get through it, um, to glean from some of that information on there. And by the way, Steve Merritt sticks only to X39. When he is sharing this with other people, he doesn't talk about any other patch.
Well,
He-
that's when you share
yeah,
it first time, because that's the most important patch of all patches,
right.
because it activates stem cells. But once people use X39, it's okay to explore other patches because they have tremendous benefits.
Right. And he mainly says this from a business standpoint. For him, it's like, if you really want to build as a business, you want to just stay right on target. But I personally, like Yana said a moment ago, having that Eon, we didn't know this in the beginning, but that is so vital. Eon is like majorly vital patch to have, because with the Eon, with the case studies, we know that it lowers inflammation. And we also know that from all the different research that's been done, not LifeWave, I'm talking about research from other studies on stem cell therapy, that if there's inflammation in the body, stem cells cannot repair damaged tissue as effectively. So, like in the case of Gloria, where she was talking about that earlier, her body's like inflamed at night. well, granted, she's wearing it during the daytime, but if you got a certain area that's really inflamed, put that Eon patch on that area and wear that X39 with it, and you're going to find that you'll lower the inflammation, you'll do much better, and your body will start repairing. So I'll pause here. Elke, you have a question?
Yeah, hello. You
Hi,
too.
Elke.
Hi. So yeah, I have a comment and a question.
Okay.
So my people, us included, are working on taxes right now. It's getting into the year end where you're collecting taxes, and I tell them, if you are not in a home-based business, you need to get in a home-based business just because the tax breaks.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when you share LifeWave, this is a big, good
Wow.
point
Yeah, it
to
is. Thanks for
to
bringing it up because
yeah. Right
that
now,
and mhm.
hmm yes. If you go traveling, you can write it off. You share it, you document it, that that you had people contacted, whatever country you want to travel to, or your vacation, or your gas, you can write that off.
Exactly. And you're not lying because all you have to do is take your X39 patch and talk to one person about it, you know. So that's exactly
Yeah.
right. That's an amazing point there that you made.
All right,
Yeah.
so my question would be then, if you decide to put a new toilet in your house, you're probably,
I know where you're going.
even though the people don't know you're texting them from the toilet, that means the toilet is a write-off.
Yes, and it is. You can tell IRS that you're texting while you're on tele.
You're stretching it. You're stretching
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, no. I'm sorry, Elke.
No, it's great. I love it. So anyhow, yeah, I wanted to make this as a comment. And also another comment, since Dan Whittington's name came up, I follow him for 20 years. I get his emails. He is very competent in the information he is putting out. Anyhow, that's one other comment. My question is downline placement. Did you ever tried, I don't know, all the procedures? I contacted a customer service, moving a person after the 5 days are over from one spot to the next. I don't even know if it's possible
Oh,
to
wow.
move a
No,
person
they're not gonna do it unless it's been within last 24 hours.
Did they change
five
the
days,
policy?
5
Because
days.
Elke's right, it used to be upwards. I thought it was 3 days initially, but they may have gotten stricter with that.
No, 5 days is the last time I checked.
Really?
That was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay.
It, they gave you 5 days, but it could have involved a weekend. I was not sure because I called before the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it is important that you bring that up, Elke. And so let
mm,
me just encourage people to understand that when you bring on a brand partner, you got to remember you have two sides of your organization. And I'm going to show you real quick. I'll click on my son's account here real quick here somewhere once I find it. Yanka, if you can talk to everybody, I'll get this opened up before I share the screen here.
Well, since I'm in my studies, I always want to bring you something from my studies to improve your health. So I will tell you one trick where you can, only those of you who are able to, because you have to kind of be able to, and you have to have a physician, and that's basically what you have to remember. I have to say that you have to have a physician sign off on fasting, but fasting on water for 3 days plus a patch will do absolute miracle for your body. Um, as we know, the patch X39 is stem cell activation patch. So while we, eat a lot of foods, and a lot of us eat foods of all kinds, and we are most likely allergic to them, or we have sensitivities, and our body processes it with inflammation within the body. So, if you fast for just 3 days, it's very difficult first day and second day. By third day, it's not difficult anymore. But if you don't eat at all and you just take water and maybe some minerals in the water, mineral drops or something like that, or a little pinch of salt, with the patch, the activation of your stem cells is going to be enormous. And by day 3, this is when stem cells just start activating. And after you start eating, which I actually recommend that you start, get off your fast with red melon, or maybe brown broth or bone broth, I'm sorry, or a vegetable broth and stuff like that on a day 4, and you just slowly kind of start eating. The benefits of a 3-day fast are going to continue on, meaning that your stem cells just got into such activation point. And imagine X39 on top of that, right? That you're wearing it while you're fasting. On a third day, your stem cell activate naturally in your body just by fasting. So imagine by having a patch, how much you're speeding up that process. And after you start eating, even then, that just kind of continues. The benefits just continues. So I'm not saying fasting is for everyone, because there are people with diabetes and all kinds of conditions that just they can't do it. And I understand that, but there is ways of still kind of reducing food intake, maybe intermittent fasting, which would help as well. But if you're able, let's say that you're suffering autoimmune disease and you're suffering so much and nothing is helping, try the 3-day fasting. No matter how hard it is, just try it with the patch and see if you're not going to get some really dramatic results, because we were just learning about benefits of fasting, and it's just what reactions and chemical reactions take place in the body and what our cells are doing. Literally, your mitochondria within the cells, and we know that that's where energy is produced, the ATP, and we know that patch works with that ATP. So fasting itself clears out all of the non-functioning mitochondria or damaged mitochondria away. Your body naturally starts clearing that mitochondria out, and only very good, clean, perfectly healthy mitochondria will stay in your cells, and then the patch can work wonders. So I just kind of thought I'll throw it out there. And if you need like a fasting coach, let's say your mom or a daughter or a sister that you can have, that you go on it together so you can encourage each other. But for those of you who cannot make a breakthrough with your health, try the 3-day fast with water, put on a patch, and see what happens. Anyway, go ahead, Steve.
Okay, what I wanted to share with you here is when you're signing someone up, remember, it's very important that you have 2 people on your right, 2 people on your left. So once by default, you'll be set to one side or the other. And once you've had 2 brand partners come in, now that's not preferred customer. If somebody signs up as a preferred customer, that won't matter for you. But when it comes to brand partners, it's very important to make sure that 2 go to the left, 2 go to the right, and then you can switch it back and forth depending on what is the best for you. You may have a strong right or left, and if it's a strong right, you got to have at least 2 people there, and then you can start working on your left side better. Okay, so what you're going to do though, in order to change those in your settings, you go to Change Settings, and then you'll scroll down the page here. And once you get here where it says About Me, Ethan is on Build Left. If you were to need to change that, let's say he just signed up 2 people on his left, now he needs to put 2 people on his right. You could be already set to strong leg outside. I have no idea what the heck that's going to do, so I don't even bother with that one. But watch what happens at the top right of your screen when I click build right. Well, mine switched to another page, but yeah, if you would have seen it, I'll try to see if it'll stay this time. Build left will go back. Yeah, there you go. Success, your binary preference has been updated. It'll automatically save it the moment you click on it. So you don't have to worry about changing anything like that. It just automatically does it. One other thing I want to remind you about too is if someone is going to sign up with you or they want to become a brand partner, I'm just going to go to LifeWave in general, right? And they have your website, like in the case of ours, lifewave.com/Benoon. If they're from another country, all you have to do is click on the flag, the United States flag. Once that's open, you can scroll down in there and see if your country is available. Okay, if you're living in Hungary, for example, you just click on Hungary, and then what is
Hungary.
Hungary? Okay.
Hungary. That's what it is, not Hungary.
Yes,
Hungary.
I never got that word right.
I know. Sorry.
Now it's in English with them, but in some cases, the site might be in a different language depending on what's predominantly spoken in the country. They know that there's enough Hungarians that can speak English, so it's not in any other language. We'll try Belgium, for example. But a lot of sites, yeah, Belgium is actually in their own language there. So I think Belgium is German. Is that right, Yanka?
Not sure. I think they have their own dialect, but
It's
no
more
wonder
French.
they don't have it in Hungarian. You know how difficult that language is?
Oh my gosh, yes, very,
Crazy.
very difficult. You speak Hungarian, so and I've always heard that in Finnish, and they're similar languages there, but that actually looks more French, their language there. But the point is that it could be in their native language as well. So that's another thing that's important to know. So,
Stephen?
there's one, yeah,
I have a question.
sure,
Oh,
May I ask on that
yeah,
point?
yeah, go ahead.
Um, so I have family in Italy, and I wanted to pay for some patches. They've purchased a lot of patches, but I wanted to, and I tried to get into their account and then but they had a problem with their password. I just said, oh, forget it. And so I ordered it in my back office, patches, and sent it to them. Is there next time, can I use their account and put my credit card number in it?
I don't
So at
think
least I
it'll
can get a little
work.
kickback.
You
Oh,
can
no.
try. You
Yeah.
can try.
Janice says
Okay.
no. I guess she's already experienced that too. The problem is your credit card is going to be assigned to your account. So when you start trying to use your credit card in other people's accounts, it kind
Hey,
of
Steve, listen, I used in Ethan's account our credit card.
yeah, but
You
I
did?
think Ethan though, on
I
our
did.
account, yeah, but
Okay.
he lives with us, and that's the difference.
They never asked. Nobody asked. They just accepted it.
Okay, well,
That might have been a long time ago. I used mine for, I think it was my son,
Okay.
but I couldn't use it for my daughter. So it seems like they caught on to that right off the bat. But it's like, if we want to gift somebody, it's like, why can't we use it? But they won't let you use it anymore.
I
they
think
did for me in Germany.
they're probably more concerned about fraud is what it probably
Right.
is.
Right.
It's not that the company wouldn't permit it, it's just they might think the system may recognize it and think that it's fraud and that's what's happening. So I don't know the
But
answer to that.
yeah, if I can make a comment to this,
Sure, Elke.
so when I got my mother set up with my credit card, she's in Germany, I'm here. I just put it under the separate subscription. If you can do that with friends, I don't know. But it worked beautifully. So if you just set them up under you as a customer or preferred customer with your own credit card, it did not have problems in the system with me. So
Okay.
And does that mean you have a continual subscription with your card and your
Continue
mom's name?
subscription. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, thank you,
And if
Elkie.
they're ready
Okay.
to switch over, then they can get their own setup, but they have to just start again. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Well, one thing I do want to share with you guys too is that, and I'll see if I can send this to myself, is that right now, tonight, let's see, my wife sent this to me earlier, is that,
Jason has
yeah, she got
Tony.
Warrior, yeah.
Yes, and they're going to have at 9 o'clock. It's on explorex39.com. So if you want to switch to there, they're going to talk a lot of business. So for business-minded individuals, explorex39.com tonight at 9, so
Yeah.
soon. And so if you want to go there, you're welcome to. Other than that, if you have any more questions, don't forget to go to your back office and click on promotions. There is several promotions going on right now. Steve, you know how to go on promotions? If you go on Ethan's site and I think you click on where the the money is. I don't think he's making much money right now, but when the money is,
No,
and
it's looking, I just saw that. It's pitiful. He might have to go out and stand on the street corner with a sign.
yeah, he's doing
Yeah.
music now. He's going to college, so it's like really he just I need to tell him to start working. But the thing is you just click on
Give me a
promotions
second there. I'm working on getting in there and then I'll share this.
because they have several promotions going on. You might want to check out. Some of them are really good, and then they're coming up with this new supplement, powdered supplement.
Oh, yes,
I
that
think
is definitely coming out. Let me see
Well,
here.
I think you can already order it and it's on promotion.
It's on promotion,
Do you know how to get on promotion? Click where the money is right now.
pay portal.
No,
Well,
do you
let's,
know under his money there is like this blue.
I'll view your commissions.
Yeah, and then there will be promotion underneath, right? Is there a promotion? Like there is a list of things
Promotions.
underneath.
There's a word called promotions.
Okay, so there we go. So you got it. And then do you see which promotion is where this new supplement is on?
Oh, yeah, it's right there. Performance bundle, I can't even say that word.
Cellerize or something like that. I don't know. Energize, whatever.
Synergies.
Sell your jives.
Whatever.
There we go.
I have to still learn this.
Oh, so you get a free Eon if you order the bundle here. I got you.
Yeah, you get X39, X49, the new powdered supplement, and free Eon. So for those interested, that's pretty good. And I do want to get that supplement. I'm going to actually do study on every single thing this supplement is, what it contains.
Oh, there's an excellent video, and I can put it on our Facebook page. That David Schmidt goes into the full breakdown of this product. And it's really good because he does go into that every single thing that's in it and why he put it in there.
Right. Right. So I'm going to look into it. I had no time yet, and maybe next Zoom we can talk about this in depth.
Okay. Keep talking. I gotta let the dog out the door.
I know. We are the dog's doorman. They Okay. So
Can I say
anyway,
something?
Hey,
yes.
Lex.
On the vision yesterday, the conference, David Schmidt went over every single solitary thing in the cellar jars, and it was really, really good.
Right.
And I think you can still order the conference. It was only $29,
I
but
know.
there was a ton of really good information. Then you can watch it for a month afterwards also. So yeah.
You're
Yeah,
probably
that's
going to
awesome.
watch it then. Excellent. Thank
So
you.
maybe next Zoom we can really go into that supplement because it is a powder. I love powdered supplements because you just put them in the water. I kind of hate swallowing big pills and stuff like that. So that will be great if we kind of went into it. And I kind of tend to trust this company a lot. Like I trust David Schmidt, that he wouldn't put any fillers and stuff. So I had no chance to look yet, but I will, and I will inform you about all of this. So
Jim asked a question about eyesight. What's a good patch for eyesight?
carnosine,
Carnosine.
but
Okay.
I would wear it at night
Okay. Did you get that,
because
Jim?
while you're resting and your eyes are resting, and carnosine is an excellent night patch. It can cause REM sleep, like a lot of dreams. So just be aware of that. Hopefully good dreams. Dreams are a good thing. So, but anyway, carnosine patch at night is really powerful for eyes.
Okay. I also answered Jim too by message just to make sure he got that though. So, and carnosine, that's the one that David Schmidt recommends 3 days a week. Any difference on that?
Well, you can wear it first week or 2 weeks every night, and then just put it 3 times a night. If you want it as a day patch, you can do it during the day too, but it's a good night patch.
Okay. All right. So, we had a couple of new people just join in tonight. Nancy and Sylvia. By the way, guys, we will be closing the meeting here in about 15 minutes or so, but we do load this for those of you that are just coming in. We load this on our YouTube channel called Benoon X39 YouTube. And so let me real quick though, if for some reason Nancy or Sylvia that just jumped in, if you guys have any questions that we could address for you, we've been doing a lot of that already tonight. A lot of the folks that are in here though have been for quite some time. I'm saying this to Yanka because what it is I did a short video on Israeli News Live tonight. I shared a little bit of Kim's testimony and Ron's. And Kim, by the way, they took down I think you were here when I said that earlier, though. They took down our meeting last time that we put up there because they said we violated the policy, but I'm sure it was because of some of the terminology that was used during that meeting, not intentionally, but it did happen. But I'd said in the video that I posted on INL tonight that, if you're new, if you were using this before, you want to come back, we're doing this every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. You got any questions? And of course, you guys may also be from somebody else. You might be from John Moore's program too, or one of the people here that also bring people that, have people that have signed up. So anyway, I want to keep my mouth shut. You can just unmute yourself if you like, if you've got any questions there, because we're only going to be on for about another 10 minutes here before we shut off for tonight. So, and Derek, it's nice to see your face here. Are you from with us or with John or with somebody else? Or how'd you hear about it? Let me ask you that way.
I heard it from you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I was watching your videos.
you've got a great accent. You must be from Florida. No.
No, South Africa, actually. Thank you. I'm living on the Canary Islands.
Ah,
Nice. Yeah.
do you keep
So I'm using the patches mainly because I got lower back and shoulder pains because I teach surfing.
right?
Oh,
So that was very interesting about having the Eon on the arm because I really find there's a lot of pain under the inside of my arm as well as the lower back. And I wasn't sure how long you can wear the patches for as well. I think it was 12 hours or something like that.
They say 12 hours. It's good for the body to have recoup time, but if you forget and leave it on, it's not going to hurt you or anything like that, Derek. Uh,
Cool, cool.
Let me give you one suggestion as well. Let me first, Derek, how long have you been using the patch now?
Probably about 2 months now.
Okay. a good friend of ours that watches from Canada, he called me one day and he said, Steve, he says, he said, he's close to my age. I think he's like 58. He does martial arts.
Right.
And he says, I do a lot of grappling. And he said, I'm afraid I'm going to have to retire. He said, I've injured my lower back really bad. He says, it's been that way for a number of years. I'm not getting any relief. He said, do you think these patches might work? I said, hey, anything's worth a shot. And at the
Yeah.
time, I was kind of new at it. So I didn't have enough testimony to be able to share with him on that. He said that he was going to incorporate with it using an inverter. He said, I feel
Okay.
like that if I'm using an inverter, he said, I think with the two together, taking the pressure off the spine every day too, he said it may work. Well, he recently, after being on it for almost a year, he recently reached out to me
Right.
in a phone call, and he says, hey, I need to find out what patches for my dad. He's got Alzheimer's. And he said, and oh, by the way, he said, I apologize. I should have probably just come and gave a testimony already.
Yeah.
He said, I have, Steve, he said, I'm talking no back pain at all anymore.
Wow.
He said, I'm grappling, I'm rolling all over the floor, twisting up and everything, teaching
Perfect.
again. And he said, it 100%. He said, I did mainly Eon and X39. And he said, those were the two that I used. And he said, it did me an amazing good, though. So I say, really about 8 months is when you'll probably start really noticing, because when it comes to that back,
Great.
that's the one that's a little slow, but
Yeah.
it works. It works. And
Awesome. Awesome. No, I've got to keep going, and I definitely need to get the other patches. So if that's going to work, and then the fasting was very informative as well. Thank you very much. Really, really good.
yeah,
Yes, you're
I
welcome.
I
Try that
appreciate
for
she
real.
says it, but I won't do it. I mean, I'm just kidding.
It is difficult, and it builds character too, because it is difficult. I mean, it builds your
Mm.
character because you
Oh,
can't
for sure.
even.
Yeah.
But the benefits are completely amazing. I mean, you're gonna start having a really white tongue because all of these toxins are gonna start coming out, and have a
Okay.
tongue cleaner
Yeah.
to take it all off. And you know what the dry brush is for, like dry brush
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
your body? Brush your body every night, because your body it's just kind of getting out all of the toxins during
Perfect.
fast.
Yeah. So
And
good.
yes, and on a day 3 of the fast is when your own body activates stem cells. And if you have a patch, the activation is like, whoo, like you just enormous.
That was more perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks
So
a
good.
lot, Derek. I appreciate it. Oh,
Nice one.
Gloria. Oh, do you have another one?
No, all good. All good.
Okay, great. Gloria, what else can we help you with?
Yeah, I was wondering what patch would be good to balance my hormones out.
Not
X39.
even going to answer.
It's okay. Men need to balance their hormones too, by the way. It's not the women thing, it's a men thing too. But yes, but all right, X39 on its own already balances hormones.
Okay.
But if you want to really balance them out, add SP6, and you wear it on the left leg under the knee, on the left side under the knee, about like two fingers. You put, here's my knee. Here is can you see it?
Yes.
I put 2 fingers here and right here. Well, like 2 fingers. No, it's three fingers about right here. That's where you put it. And SP6 is really, really good for balancing hormones.
Great.
Some women got their periods back when they wear it, when they were already like in early menopause. So be careful with that. It's not going to last. What we will do is balance you out, so your body might have this reaction and the period will stop if you are after menopause, that is. So like, don't get scared of it or anything, but it really does balance his hormones out, and also might help with sugar cravings.
Okay.
So that way you can lose weight if you need to.
And for
It's kind
men,
of like
you wear it on top of the head if you're a guy. You wear it on the center of your head and then it balances your hormone.
you wear it in the same place if you're a guy as a woman. But anyway, yeah. Believe it
Oh,
or not, men need their hormone balancing too. I don't know why they think it's just a woman thing.
I need to wear it just for the sugar craving. So maybe I should do it as well. You're right. So that way I won't like donuts and sneak them. And oh, I didn't sneak donuts. So at least in the last 5 years. So
Oh, come on, Steve. And you know you did.
well, I I left them in plain sight.
Far.
I consider that's not sneaking if they're left in plain sight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Because you don't open my side of the car and can't see them sitting there on the floor next to the seat. Oh, God. Anyway, all right, guys. If we don't have any more questions, I'll take and load this up. I don't think we'll have any problems on this one going up. And John, I'm gonna check too and see if we can't get I'd like to see if we can't get a tag team once a week as well to come in. So I'll follow up with the same group
Okay.
that we're interviewing and seeing if we can't get them to come in
Sounds good. Yeah,
back to back on the program every Tuesday for a week
that'd be great.
or for several weeks, I should say. So,
Okay, sounds good.
all right. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Real blessing. You guys are troopers. Glad to hear all these wonderful testimonies that are going on. And Derek, that's something, a lot of these people that are sitting here now, if you've seen some of their testimonies, they're just absolutely amazing. It seems like everybody that's been here for close to a year, it just has amazing testimonies and doctors backing it up, etc. So anyway, so we'll be waiting to hear yours next before too long. So
For sure, you'll be getting one.
you got it. I love it. All right, guys, take care. Take
Awesome.
care.
Thank you so
Anytime,
much.
buddy.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.
Good night.